Theatre by W. Somerset Maugham. Julia slackened her pace a little. It certainly was a beautiful day. She let herself into her house with a latchkey, and as she got in, heard the phone ringing. Without thinking, she took up the receiver. "Yes." She generally disguised her voice when she answered, but for once forgot to. "Miss Lambert?" "I don't know if Miss Lambert's in. Who is it, please?" she asked, assuming quickly a Cockney accent. The monosyllable had betrayed her. A chuckle traveled over the wire. "I only wanted to thank you for writing to me. You know, you needn't have troubled. It was so nice of you to ask me to lunch. I thought I'd like to send you a few flowers." The sound of his voice and the words told her who it was. It was the blushing young American whose name she did not know. Even now, though she had looked at his card, she could not remember it. The only thing that had struck her was that he lived in Tavistock Square. "It was very sweet of you," she answered in her own voice. "I suppose you wouldn't come to tea with me one day, would you?" The nerve of it! She wouldn't go to tea with a duchess. He was treating her like a chorus girl. It was rather funny when you came to think of it. "I don't know why not." "Will you really?" Oh, his voice sounded eager. He had a pleasant voice. "When?" She did not feel at all like going to bed that afternoon. "Today." "Okay, I'll get away from the office. 4:30? 138 Tavistock Square." Oh, it was nice of him to have suggested that. He might so easily have mentioned some fashionable place where people would stare at her. It proved that he didn't just want to be seen with her. She took a taxi to Tavistock Square. She was pleased with herself. She was doing a good action. It would be wonderful for him in after years to be able to tell his wife and children that Julia Lambert had been to tea with him when he was just a little insignificant clerk in an accountant's office. And she had been so simple and so natural. No one to hear her prattling away would have guessed that she was the greatest actress in England. And if they didn't believe him, he'd have her photograph to prove it. Signed, "Yours sincerely." He'd laugh and say that, of course, if he hadn't been such a kid, he'd never have had the cheek to ask her.